Hello, I'm Benjamin Cummings. We're here today with Ross Riskin, CPA, PFS, and Certified College Financial Consultant. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, Benjamin.
So we want to talk about college funding philosophies and how families decide who's going to pay for college. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely, and it's definitely a topic that's brought up many times when I meet with clients. I have some parents that say, hey, you know what? I want to do whatever I can to pay for all 4 years of college because my parents did that for me. Some parents go the other way saying, hey, you know what? When I was in school, I paid my way, so they should be able to pay their way, even though chances are college was a lot more affordable back then. It's still a consideration. Now, whatever the parents say, whether they're at one end of the spectrum or the other or somewhere in between, I tell them no one's right, no one's wrong with that. It all comes back to communication. Is everybody on the same page? If you say, hey, we're only going to pay for freshman and sophomore year, junior and senior year on you, does the student know that? Are they aware? That's the thing, because many times no one's on the same page. Everyone's kind of operating in their own silos and no one's communicating. So it's really important that everyone be on the same page. And that even includes working with the guidance counselor at school to figure out what they're doing. Now, some of their motivations are a little different. Their primary motivation is not having your child attend the school that looks best for your pocketbook. It's attending the school that makes that high school look good. So it's important for everyone to really be on the same page of what are the financial implications of going to one school over another and who is going to pay for it.
Those are great considerations. So as we're trying to decide, or as a family's trying to decide, do parents pay or do children pay? Is there any guidance to help them make that decision if they don't know?
Yeah, definitely. So what I use with clients is I kind of, use a matrix of sorts where I'm looking at two primary factors are what are the retirement savings? Because a lot of people are on the fence of, well, do I save for my own retirement? Do I help my kids go to school? And even though we keep saying, retirement is most important, it's that parental instinct that I'm going to do whatever I can for my kids, put their needs before my own, that we really need to combat that behavioral bias. So, I like to look at, well, what are the retirement savings for the family? If they're sufficient, then I want to look at, well, what's the motivation of the student? Okay, so that's kind of a combination of maybe looking at grades, maybe looking at career interest. Because if we have a student who's highly motivated, knows the value of school, knows that they want to be there and actually contribute, then the parents can maybe look at that as an investment in their children, of actually they can pay for more of the cost. Whereas if you have some students who aren't motivated, don't want to be in school, don't know why they would be there, don't like doing the work, then maybe that cost should bear on the burden of the student more than the parent.
Yeah, that's some great points to consider. What's the role of a financial advisor in this decision process?
Yeah, definitely. The financial advisor has a crucial role here. So they're kind of the quarterback of the team. They want to bring everybody together. So they want to make sure that the parents are on the same page as the student, and that the grandparents are on the same page as the parents and the student, right? Because a lot of grandparents want to help out as well. And we know what the guidance counselor is recommending for schools, and we know what the accountant is doing if they're going to need the tax return soon to fill out the financial aid form. So it's really emphasizing that quarterback role of making sure everybody's in place and everybody is talking to one another.
That's a great perspective. Are there concerns of advisors letting their own philosophy of college funding kind of infiltrating this decision process?
Yeah, I definitely think there are, and it's something where advisors really need to take a step back and realize that the clients are going to make their decisions. You just need to provide them with good objective advice and becoming more knowledgeable in the area. So a lot of advisors that maybe went to school a long time ago, they kind of think of college planning or student loan advising or financial aid planning as small talk. It's kind of like, oh, your son's looking at this school, my son went there, or I went there. Then they kind of move on. But it's something where they really need to understand, well, what does the student want to study? Hey, why don't you talk to this colleague I have here and ask him about what he did to get to that point? Kind of taking a real proactive approach of working with the student as well, and that helps bolster the relationship with the client and the parents as well.
Those are some great thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you.